For the first time this NBA Finals to Miami Heat season was on the line. The Denver Nuggets had history on their minds. NBA Finals Game 5, Nuggets got a chance to win it all on their home court. And they looked like they would do just that in the first quarter after two mammoth dunks from Jamal Murray and old Uncle Jeff Green. Miami Heat coach Eric Spoelstra's got to call a quick timeout. Following the timeout, though, Spo would get the troops right. Bam Adebayo with the mid-range jump shot. And then how about that first step from Adebayo? That deuce counts plus the foul. Bam had 20 points and 12 rebounds. Could he get some help, though? Caleb Martin, a strong deuce. And then how about Bam crashing the boards, looking. Finally finds Duncan Robinson inside. Just like that, Miami's got a double-digit lead. But here comes Denver, number 1 seed out west for a reason. It's Bruce Brown with the throwdown. What can Brown do for you? Well, he can get out in transition and get you an easy deuce. And then how about Nikola Jokic with the score? But then there's Jokic with the turnover and Butler throwing it down. And then Adebayo once again relentless in his approach. At the half, it's Miami up 7. Could they keep their season alive and force to Game 6? The dynamic duo's got something to say about that. It's Jokic inside and then Jamal Murray outside. We're tied at 66 when Michael Porter Jr. decides to step up and nail a 3. Denver's got the lead, but Miami's not done. Heat looking for offense. They call on old reliable, and it's Lowry with a deep three-pointer. Kyle had 4 big threes in this one. Other end we go. It's once again Murray for show. Denver up. In the fourth, it's Jokic, that patented one-leg jump shot. Starting to feel like Dirk Nowitzki's magical run in 2011 that ended in a championship. It's Jokic one more time, showing you the grind. He had 28 points and 16 rebounds. Butler and the Heat got a little fight left in him. Jimmy struggled throughout this one, but heated up late. No pun intended. He nails the 3, and then the refs call a foul as Butler's trying to get an impossible look up. Denver would challenge the call, but the call on the floor would stand. Butler nails 3 free throws, and with this jump shot, Miami goes on an 8-0 run to take the 1-point lead. 2:25 to go. It's once again that really big guy in white. Denver goes up 1. Miami will respond, and then here comes another response from Denver. Bruce Brown putting the Nuggets up by 1. After some KCP free throws, Miami now trails by 3. Under 20 seconds to go, they go to their guy, and Butler is no good from beyond the arc. He really struggled to find his way most of this game. Just 5 of 18 from the field. Seconds later, Heat in real desperation mode, down 5. And unfortunately for Miami, their magical tank ran out of gas, which means Serbia's baby boy leads the Denver Nuggets to their first ever NBA championship. They dominated the regular season, still got no respect. They dominated the first round of the playoffs, still got no respect. Went through the second round unscathed. Third round, they swept. And in the NBA Finals, the Nuggets show why they are the NBA's best. Your 2023 NBA champions. And obviously the Finals MVP is none other than Nikola Jokic. Man, if you enjoyed a video from this season, I want to first and foremost thank you. And I want to extend this invitation to have you a part of the gang going forward. Make sure you subscribe to the platform for more great quality content. Miami fans out there, Heat Nation, I know this wasn't the year for you. Y'all played hard. Y'all came up a little bit short. But please make sure you enjoy the rest of this video as we talk about what I believe to be Miami's next step.
Gordon guards him. Duncan Robinson looking for it. Caldwell Pope pokes it away. Butler hoists up a 3. Off the mark. Brown the rebound. They've got a foul, and they do. With 14.3 remaining.
You don't need a 3 in that.
Looking. Finds Struce back to Lowry. There it is. 3-pointer. Won't go. Rebound. Caldwell Pope. They're not going to foul.
Heat Nation, y'all have nothing to be ashamed of from your players. They gave it their all on the court and probably maximized what this team could be against a really good Denver Nuggets team in the NBA Finals there. The reality is, as great as those players were throughout this postseason, as hard as they played, they needed help from the Miami front office. If anything, that's what let the Heat down. Yes, it's great that they were able to see the good in some guys that had been slept on by other teams throughout the league, but there is another side to this. At many, many points throughout this NBA Finals, you just look up and down the court at the talent disparity between Denver and Miami, and it was kind of like, yo, this is ridiculous. Miami had a bunch of overachievers on their team, and it felt like Denver had 8 of the best 10 guys on the court oftentimes in this series, how it played out. That shouldn't be the case for a team in the finals, and has been in the finals two times in 4 years' time, and been in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times in 4 years. They have been really, really good. They just are missing one thing. And look, this offseason is going to be filled with a lot of chatter. A lot of this stuff won't happen. Some of it'll be clickbait. Some of it will happen, though. And I don't know if Damian Lillard gets traded by Portland or not. I don't know. But if he does, the place that stands out to me that should at least make a call is Miami from what I just seen. You know, look, Pat Riley has been chasing a guard for a very long time. He's tried some guys. We've heard Bradley Beal rumbles. I think he tried to, find a way to get it back with Victor Oladipo, trying to see if he could get Victor back to that all-star level that he played at. And unfortunately for Vic, injuries have just taken over what was going to be a really great perennial all-star caliber career. Pat has been searching for that guard for quite some time. You look at that Miami Heat team, and you assume them to trade a guy like Caleb Martin. Maybe you throw in Tyler Hero or Duncan Robinson, and however many picks you got, and then you send that offer to Portland and just to see what they say, just to see. If you put Damian Lillard on that squad alongside Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, that's a team that's going to win a championship. Because for Miami right now, you got to look at it in this perspective. Yes, they're playing hard. Yes, they're getting to the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. But are they not maximizing their window? Jimmy's playing really hard. Bam just played really hard. Actually didn't do a bad job against Jokic. He did better against Jokic than Anthony Davis did, all things considered. The Miami Heat need a 1-0. They need a guy that can go get a bucket late in games. Jimmy as a 2 sounds great. Bam's as a 3 sounds perfect. You don't need 4 more role players. You need one guy. One guy late in games to get you buckets. The reality is, as great as Jimmy Butler was in the first round against the Bucks, look, he say he wasn't injured, so I'm going to hold the man to that. If he wasn't injured, he just fell apart by the end of this postseason. He was a shell of himself of what Miami got in the first round. 5 of 18 from the field. He really pulled a James Harden. If we being honest about Jimmy, he really pulled a James Harden. He made a couple of shots to kind of get him out of that realm. But all things considered, Jimmy Butler looked a lot like how James Harden looks in the playoffs. And I don't know a lot about Jimmy B, but I heard he ain't a partier like that. And he ain't out in the club. So, I give James a little bit of a pass because I believe he would have been to be out to 4, 5 in the morning before games. But I'm just saying, that didn't look like the guy that lit up the Bucks. Damian Lillard would clean that up. Damian Lillard's not afraid of any moment. He's not. If I'm Miami, I make that call. Dame's been working out in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. He just teased in an interview, if I were to get traded, Miami, they one of them ones. Bam's my guy. So he loves Bam. He ain't going to do nothing but respect Jimmy Butler's work ethic. Look at that squad next year and tell me who won't smoke with Miami with a team that actually can legitimately hold their own in the regular season. They won't be in the play-in tournament with Dame. They won't. You can rest some of these guys and not have to fight your way into the postseason because Dame's just one of those guys that can win a lot of regular season games, especially going against Eastern Conference teams. He can do that by himself. He can do that with Bam. You can rest Butler. You want Butler ready for April, May, June, any darn way. look, I'm looking at Miami and I'm saying to myself, they are one trade away. I don't say that about a lot of teams. Obviously, if you can go get Giannis and you can go get Jokic, then obviously you are a one trade away. But not name those two guys who are 1-2 in the NBA. I'm talking about a guy that immediately makes that team from a really good team to probably the leader in the clubhouse for the ring next year. It's time, Miami. Y'all maxed out with guys that honestly have exceeded expectations. It's time for that front office to exceed expectations and go get a real guard.